Well, my father likes my type. Where would I be without my father? My name is Sam Green. I was born with two names, one Sam and one Green. Also, ancestors go back to Greenerman, but it's Green that my name is. I was born in the Women's Hospital in Carlton, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, Earth, this part of the galaxy, somewhere in the Milky Way, in the universe it seems. So, in time and space I was born, like most of us here on the planet. So some people used to call me Green Sam, but I'm not a Martian. I'm an Earthling from planet Earth, Melbourne, Australia. Richmond was the first place I grew up, in the parks and village. I saw people delivering ice and people drunk in the street because of 6 o'clock closing. Life has been ups and downs like everyone else. Life is good, life is sweet. It's probably the theory of physics. You know, you push something somewhere and it, like a ball in motion, something happens somewhere. Or time itself, time moves forward. This stage in life, only time can move forward, we understand that. My grandfather was a watchmaker in Belarus, which became part of Poland, then became part of Latvia, and then became part of Belarus, and then became part of Poland. And there were pogroms and wars all the time, but he made a living just repairing clocks for the noblemen and people around there. Of course, in those days there was not much electricity, and everyone would play music to pass the time for weddings and performances. I had an ancestor named Benjamin, and Benjamin would write songs in Russian and Polish and Yiddish and all kinds of things like that. And he wrote a lot. And the family, when I was growing up as a first generation immigrant family, where my father came from Russia, Poland, was in the Russian army, then got into the government of Belarus. He became second in charge of telecommunications. And he was basically printing passports for fellow friends to get out of Russia. And eventually it got too hot, and he landed in Marseille in France with diplomatic ties to come to Australia, the furthest away from Belarus at that time, Belarus or whatever it's called. My mother was my mother always sang when we were young. She has a beautiful voice, and the family used to come together when we were young. They say that you're meant to live to 120, but so life is young according to the blink of an eye of the universe. But who am I to say what is what? One must live with health and well-being. And such it was that my parents had health and well-being as we were growing up. Sunday the family would come together and they'd sing away the blues. People would come with, I call it harmonica, but it's piano accordions and balalaikas and spoons. And I was a young boy growing up with this music.
There's a trick to living, and that is love. Every season has its day. Turn the clock, we're getting older. Every season a little shorter. There's a trick to living, and that is love. There's Halloween. There's
That makes sense.
Well, time continues on, you know, just like that 747 does.
Yeah, but you don't have to be concerned with time. You know it exists. It's a man-made concept.
Well, yeah, it is to a certain extent, but
Time is like a tree of flowers, you know, and the buds of life. The buds of life is where we live, in between the buds of life. Time is time, therefore it exists. To enjoy it while we can, and to struggle to stay alive. The planet should look after life. Life should be the number one goal.
Sam Green, the Time Machine. It's an interesting. Well, first it started, I'm a watchmaker, so it started off as a watchmaker, but then I picked up the name, and I would get all crazy people around me talking about time travel and whether they were from another universe. I'm not sure, but I don't want to even think about it. As far as I'm concerned, they were crazy and they got me in a lot of trouble. So I kept with the name because it got out there. Parallel universes is an early stage of time itself. What is a parallel universe? Is whatever universe you're in is the universe you're in. By touching the parallel universe, you've to get into it from one universe. If you get into one parallel universe to another parallel universe, you go back to the first parallel universe because you, like radiation, you become part of that universe, which goes back to the same universe.
where the air is clean. Near a running water stream, nothing is my time. Then we took a fishing trip, travel cross country, down the Princess Highway. We can leave today, we can make it in a day, where the air is clean, near a running water stream. We can leave today, we can make it in a day, where the air is clean, near a running water stream, near a running water stream, near a running water stream.
What can I say? Someone once came into the shop, and I have to tell you a story. So this is a story that I remember that comes from the back of my head to express myself. The answer's blowing in the wind.